Today we will be talking about third lecture, which is to set up Hadoop ecosystem using Cloudera VM to process our New York Stock Exchange data and get some insights from that data using Hadoop ecosystem. In this session, we will be seeing how to set up Hadoop ecosystem using Cloudera virtual machine, and in the subsequent sessions, we will see how to create tables like conventional databases and then run queries out of it to look into the insights and that is available in the raw data of New York Stock Exchange. So to set up Cloudera, to set up Hadoop ecosystem using Cloudera, first we need to understand prerequisites on your PC. 8 GB should be there at least, but 16 GB is highly recommended. The reason why you need to have 16 GB is when you actually open up the Cloudera VM, there are two different tools. One is Cloudera Manager, which will look like this, and the other one is Hue. Hue is an web interface that is developed for application developers, architects, and analysts to quickly run analytics out of it for analysts, to do POCs for architects, and then to validate the data and perform unit testing for application developers. So Hue is mainly for those people. And then Cloudera Manager is a tool which is provided by Cloudera to monitor Hadoop cluster. But in our case, we have only one node. We will have only one node, that to a virtual machine. And still, if you get into Cloudera Manager, you will see all the services available here, and then you can quickly fix the issues when you explore these technologies, as it provide you an interface to stop a service, restart a service, etc. So if you want to look at Cloudera Manager, in the latest version of CDH, Cloudera distribution of Hadoop, you have to give at least 8 GB RAM and 2 cores for your virtual machine. Otherwise, you will not be able to get into Cloudera Manager. But that doesn't mean that you need to have 16 GB RAM. Even with 8 GB RAM, you will be able to explore the technologies and do some POCs or develop some stuff using Hue. Hue does not require 8 GB RAM or 2 cores. So if your Cloudera VM is only configured with 4 GB, you can still use Hue for demos. So now, if you first let us talk about Hue a little bit, and then we will see how to set up the environment. So once you get into Cloudera virtual machine, there will be a Firefox browser on top of the screen. So it will have icon like this on top of the screen, and if you click it, you will see two links on the home page. One is Hue and the other one is Cloudera Manager. If you click on Hue, it will open up a screen like this with the home screen of Hue. When you log in first time, it might ask you for the username and password. You can give admin or Cloudera as the username and password and log into the Hue. But I recommend you to use admin for username and password. And even Cloudera Manager, when you try to log in, if you have configured 8 GB RAM, it will ask you for the username and password. I think you have to use Cloudera or admin. First try Cloudera. If it didn't work, then enter username as admin and password as admin, and then you will see screen like this. Okay, now we will get into the steps of setting up our environment. So first you need to have a VM software which which will be used to manage virtual boxes on your PC. So if it is Mac, you have to download and install VMware Fusion. If it is Windows, you have to download and install either VMware Player or Workstation, and you can quickly Google for it and you can download it. Okay, once you've done that, you can go to Google and type download Cloudera Quickstart VM and hit enter, and then you can click on this link, Quickstart VM download. Here they provide images for three different virtual software. One is VMware, second one is KVM, and third one is VirtualBox. If you already have VirtualBox on your PC, you can download this VM image, and then you can set up the Hadoop environment on your PC. Otherwise, if you are using VMware, you can click on the download for VMware, and it is a 3.3 GB download, and it will take some time to download. Once it download, it will look like this. As the VM image is zipped with 7Z software, you have to have appropriate software to unzip 7Z files. So I think WinRAR in Windows can unzip 7G files. For Mac, I think I'm using something called Keka. So you can use this software to unzip it. So once you unzip, you have to go wherever you have unzipped the software. In my case, I have unzipped into downloads directory itself in my Mac. So you can see, you will see directory like this. You can double click it, and whether you use VirtualBox image or a VMware image, you will see a file with the .vmx extension, and you can double click it. It will open with whatever software you have, and it might ask you to configure memory and cores. In that, you have to specify 8 GB RAM and 2 cores if you have 16 GB RAM. Otherwise, leave the defaults. And yeah, once and then you can click on play button. So it will show a button like this, play button. You can click on that, and it will open up the VM. Okay. So once you open the VM, as I mentioned to you earlier, on top of your PC, you will see a icon like this. On top of your virtual machine, which will be running CentOS Linux, you will see a icon like this, which is Firefox icon. You can click on that, and then it will take you to a home page which will have two links. One is for Hue, and second one is for Cloudera Manager. So now we will see the purpose of Hue. Hue have different menus on top. One is query editors, second one is data browsers, workflows, etc. But we are only interested in query editors, data browsers, and file browser. So we will use file browser to upload our New York Stock Exchange data into the Cloudera VM in the next session, and then we will use Hive to create the tables, and I will show you how to create Hive tables by using wizards as well as running queries in the subsequent sessions. And once the tables are created, we will go to the next step to write a query, and then we will stage the data, download it, and then we will use Tableau to generate dashboard out of it. So that's it for today's session. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. Have a nice day.